Hello, everybody. My name is Ray, and today we're going to talk about Trump's character. Is it an issue, or are you the issue? That is what we're going to be talking about today. And I want to start off with a Bible verse. Proverbs 20, verse 23. Differing weights are an abomination to the Lord, and a false scale is not good. There are several Bible verses that talk about differing weights and measures, and that people hold different judgments for different situations without merit. So there are several, this is also called the sin of partiality, that people are being partial with their standards. And that is sinful. And I'm trying to make sure that if you are saying that Trump's character is beyond pale, that you cannot vote for him because of his character concerns, that you are holding every other politician to that same standard. Now, to be fair, I think you are not without merit. Like, Trump has a flaky relationship with the truth. He has a history of shady business dealings, a history of very public adultery, and other sexual immoralities. And I don't think you're without merit. However, first, I do challenge you to name a politician that is with merit. I think they exist. And I just want you to start off with an exercise of who is with merit and just say, okay, this person's good, this person's bad. And I also want to examine that you look at your own history on voting. Did you vote for Mitt Romney? Now, Mitt Romney is a man of no character. I thought that Trump had the character of Mitt Romney because Mitt Romney also has a flaky relationship with the truth. He has lied to his voters. He has betrayed many promises that he has made in his public elected history. He's pro-abortion. He's a pagan. He's taken every side of every issue, it seems. He's not a man of character, and yet a lot of the Never Trump crowd that says that Trump's character is beyond comparison never raised any stink about Mitt Romney's character. We could also look at John McCain. John McCain was a very corrupt senator, in my opinion. He also divorced his wife for a younger model. Yeah, that sounds like Donald Trump, but John McCain did the same thing. We also can look at the fact that he was very pro-Al-Qaeda in a post-9/11 world. And I think that's pretty unacceptable. His vocal support for Syrian rebels, and that's a euphemism. That's a politically correct euphemism for groups like ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and whatever Al-Qaeda now calls himself in Syria. They've changed their names several times in the Idlib province. Or whatever Turkish terrorist group is out there. And he also supported the terrorists in Libya. The same terrorists that would later kill our ambassador. Like, John McCain supported a lot of anti-American foreign policy practices. There wasn't a war he didn't like, and there wasn't a spending bill he wouldn't accept. He was reckless with our money, and he was corrupt. And I think decades in the Senate outweigh anything he did in the U.S. Navy. And I think his naval record is below par. He crashed 3 planes before being deployed in Vietnam. So, that's a lot. And, back in 2008, this was allowed to be reported on because he was running for president against Barack Obama, who I also don't think is a man of high character either. So if you don't think President Donald Trump is a man of high character, I first challenge you to say who is, and it's not like there's no answer to that. I second challenge you to examine your own voting record. Now, for me, I voted for Governor Larry Hogan twice, and he's a man of no character. I cannot justify not voting for President Donald Trump on the basis of character when I voted for Larry Hogan, who does not believe God is essential, that church is essential. And also, I think his purchasing of COVID tests from the Koreans that were faulty sounds pretty corrupt because he has some family connections over there. I think that's pretty corrupt. But, you know, we're only supposed to be concerned with Donald Trump's character, apparently. So that's what I wanted to say about this issue. And like I said, I'm not telling you how to vote. I'm challenging you to not be in sin. If you're going to make a character assessment of Donald Trump and determine that is why you're not going to vote for him, you need to be consistent, or else you are committing the sin of partiality. You are employing differing weights and measures. And I don't think that's good for you. So that's all I got to say about that. And I guess one last word, and that is that the gospel can change people. I'm not saying that Trump has accepted the gospel into his heart, but, you know, people who have a very sinful past can be changed by the gospel. And that is also something we need to take into account when viewing people's lives over a course of time. C.S. Lewis talks in Mere Christianity about how, you know, God's taking us from where we started and then sanctifying us from that starting point. And eventually, you know, there is a completion, you know, glorification and all that. But, you know, sanctification doesn't begin at some, like, more, you know, already a good person. It starts from wherever you accepted Christ. So that's just another thing that we need to keep in mind when assessing people's characters. So, you know, again, I do want to draw it back to the gospel because the gospel is what saves people. And when we're talking about two unregenerate politicians running against each other, character may not be the best measure to employ because none is righteous by God's standard. But I understand why you believe that someone's moral history is indicative of their performance in an office. I completely understand that. So anyway, leave a comment about what you think about what I think.